Hey, welcome to another Flights with Joel. This is Joel, and I am here in Telluride, Colorado. Beautiful airport on top of a hill. 9,069 feet in the air. This is one of the built-in airports. It's Microsoft Simulator 2020. And I think it's pretty awesome. This is definitely payware level from any of the old simulators. Now, 30 of these come with the standard edition that I got. And as you get the higher up editions, you get more airports and more aircraft. However, I am kind of waiting for add-on developers with that. Orbix has already released some things. And look at the detail on this. It looks fantastic. Beautiful day in Telluride. My niece worked here. She was working here when the COVID outbreak hit and the season was cut short. And she had to drive back to Washington. So today I'm in the Cessna 172. I'm going to see, just turn my track IR on. That's what that jump was. After I get it started here, which is pretty simple, you'll notice the mixture is pulled out a little because I'm at 9,000 feet. There we go. All ready to go. Emergency brake off. And we're rolling now. I'm going to take off and do a modified pattern and land. This is not the procedure at all at this airport. Normal procedure is taking off runway 27, landing runway 9. And when you see the terrain, you'll see why. But I just want to have a good look at the airport and the surrounding area. Still amazed by this simulator so far. Yes, it has glitches. There's a lot of people complaining, but I'm getting curious about how many people that represents. 1 million people have downloaded this game. 1 million. That's pretty phenomenal. I don't know how that compares with other flight simulators, but I have a feeling it's a lot more. Most other simulator companies have not said. Probably because they haven't had 1 million downloads. Now, if 10% of the people are having problems, that's a lot. That's 100,000 people. I can see how that would create a lot of ill will. If 1% of people are having problems, that's still 10,000 people to jump into forums and talk about the things that are going wrong. I definitely think the doors should open. I definitely think the autopilot should work. I definitely think the controls are wacky. I'm still tuning mine. So I'm playing around with the sensitivity and the null zones on the controls, which make a big difference. Always have in every simulator. So I'm playing around with those a lot. Now I'm back-taxiing on the runway because it's the only way to get to this end of the runway. However, as I was saying, most people don't. You take off from the other end normally, which is weird because you take off uphill. The other thing that's really awesome about this airport, once I turn around, it'll be even more obvious. The slope. The slope on this runway is really cool. Now, yes, I'm sure they have this in X-Plane, but X-Plane doesn't look like this. And as far as I'm concerned, the flight is similar. If the flight engine is what they said in the preview videos, then it's a lot better flight engine. I have done stalls I've done slow flight. I've done quite a few landings. It all seems to perform close. It seems like the stall speed is a little bit slow, but it just might be me. I'm not sure. So look at that. Isn't that gorgeous? So normally you take off uphill. You need a pretty powerful plane. This is not the plane for this kind of airport. Doing my final checks. Power's on, landing lights on. I've got no flaps. I've got the mixture set. Doors are locked. Seat belts on. Here we go. Pedals are twitchy. I have Cytec rotor pedals which are not twitchy in any other sim, but I'm still playing with the settings. Maybe they'll get better. Here we go. It's gonna take a little more real estate to get off the ground. Airborne, let me stay in ground effect, get some more air into the wings. Bring the nose down, get some speed. And there's a hill at the end of the runway. I can see why they don't take off this way. Not the normal procedure.
Don't sink, 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 don't sink.
The don't sink alarm seems to be stuck. Should go off eventually.
Don't sink, 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 don't sink.
I am almost above flap speed.
Don't sink, 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 don't sink. Don't sink, don't sink, don't sink.
Gaining altitude very slowly. Okay. 400 feet per minute. Might be all I can ask for at 9,000 feet. And the scenery is just gorgeous here. This is an amazing area in Colorado. If you ski, hike, mountain bike, camp, it's a pretty amazing place to visit. The town this is part of it, but Main Street is off to our right, below me. And as I say, I'm making a crazy pattern here. Trying to get enough altitude for a decent landing. .172 can go to 14,000 on its best day with a lot of patience. But normally you fly below that. Probably going to fly 11,000 or so. At most. So I'm seeing if the mixture even makes a difference. It doesn't make much of a difference. There we go. That's Main Street down there, I believe. That's Telluride, Colorado. The old part of the town. I could be wrong. I think that's right. There's the highway to get here. And the plateau that the airport sits on, as you saw, still want a little altitude to try and make an approach. I'm already slow enough. Probably high enough now. Just an awesome looking area. Large ski resort up on that mountain. There's my airport. I see it on the map. Where is it? There it is. I'm very high. See if I can make this. I can slow down now. Put in some flaps. Yep, I have 2 degrees of flaps. That's enough. I don't want to get too slow. Gonna make it. And the bouncing up and down is the way too sensitive joystick controls. Just too sensitive. But there we go. I made it. Not on center line. Need to get over there. But I got it down fairly smoothly. Not too terrible. Telluride, Colorado. One of the 30 detailed airports, Flight Simulator 2020. I think it's a lot of fun. You can do a lot with this. Just gonna taxi up to the ramp. And there we are. You have to keep some speed up because you're jumping up a hill. All right. Thanks for watching. It's been another Flights with Joel video. Subscribe if you'd like. I'm going to put more of them out. A lot more of them. It's just fun. I know no one's watching these, but it's fun to share anyway. It's a blast. Can't wait till they get helicopters and I can really have some fun.